What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Fantasy Breakdown. Um, Today is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but my voice is starting to give way, but I did want to give you guys some key injuries, couple of players that have lost their starting job, and key players I think you should drop, as well as a few players I think you should pick up off of the waiver wire. All right, let's go ahead get in with the injuries. The first few, they're only going to be expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks. And we're going to go ahead and first on the list is going to be Tyrone Tracy. And then we have CD Lamb next. And then after that, Mike Evans. Mike Evans, he is projected to miss 3, maybe 4 weeks. And then we have Najee Harris out for the season with a torn Achilles. And I think, of course, it hurts to see players, getting hurt with an injury like that. And then... But I think it does help with Omarion Hampton's production this year. He might see more touches, to get the ball a little bit more. As for a couple players I think you should drop, definitely Russ. He lost his starting job to Jackson Dart, and with that, I think Jackson Dart might be someone to keep an eye on this week. And then next player I think you should drop would be Travis Hunter. If you have him, I think it's definitely another another Kyle Pitts, like when Kyle Pitts came into the league. Definitely failed hype at the moment. Not someone I would keep around, and that is he has someone that you could drop for people on our list here. And we're going to start off here with Matthew Stafford. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I accidentally clicked the screen. Matt Stafford is definitely someone I would look at picking up. Sure, he is only averaging 14.9 fantasy points a game, but they do face the Colts this week, and the Colts are somebody that I would definitely start a quarterback like Stafford against, and their defense, they have given up quite a bit of points to quarterbacks. I don't have the average on hand with me right now, and I do apologize. But Stafford does have the potential to be a fantasy quarterback one, and so far this season, he has 44.8 fantasy points, 739 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Someone I would definitely look at personally. Next on the list, Trey Benson. He is another player that I am eyeing this week, and I think he is the most popular pickup with James Conner being out for the season, as well as seeing a jump in his production. I won't say he is going to be the workhorse because I still have Eric DeMarta. Hopefully I said that wrong. If not, I apologize for butchering it. So far this season, Trey Benson has 25 fantasy points total. He has 125 yards, 0 touchdowns, and he is averaging 8.3 fantasy points. I would definitely expect those numbers to climb up this season with with James Conner being out. Next on our list, we have Chris Rodriguez. He played his first snaps week 3 with Austin Eckler being out, and he seems to be the running back 2 behind Corey Krusky-Merritt. Definitely someone I would keep an eye on waivers. I'm still a little iffy on picking him up just in case he is a inactive coach's decision. However, that does not seem to be the case with him being picked up this week for not being picked up, sorry, with him getting his first touches this week. So far, he has 3.2 fantasy points, only 39 yards, no touchdowns, and is averaging 3.2 fantasy points. But we could see those numbers start to climb, just like with Trey Benson. Next on our list, we have Alec Iomonor, someone I would look at picking up still, and he is someone I preached that you should keep an eye on picking up last week. So far, he has posted 13 fantasy points in back-to-back games. Definitely the production I am looking for. And yes, he is the wide receiver 35 this year, just behind Troy Franklin, Mike Evans, and Devontae Smith. I could see him overtaking Mike Evans, with Mike Evans being out for a couple of weeks. So far, 3 weeks into the season, he is averaging 10.9 fantasy points a game. So far, total, he has 32.7 fantasy points, 107 yards, total 2 touchdowns, and he is averaging 5.9, almost 6 yards a target. Definitely someone that I would pick up if he is still out there on your waiver wire. Next, we have Isaiah Likely. I think he makes his season debut this week against Kansas City, and with the way that Mark Andrews has been playing lately, I think Isaiah Likely has the potential to be the number 1 tight end in Baltimore going forward. Hopefully injuries don't hinder him anymore, and he can really solidify himself as the tight end 1 out there. And definitely someone that I would look at picking up this week. No stats for him since he has yet to play a down to football, but as I stated earlier, he is someone that I would look at picking up. Next on the list, the Vikings defense. Definitely someone I would pick up here. They scored 40 points last week, and the next few, this week as well as next week, I think they go up against easier matchups in the Steelers and the Browns. And so far, they're averaging 18 fantasy points a game. They have 2 defensive touchdowns, 9 sacks, 2 interceptions, 7 forced fumbles. And I think out of those forced fumbles, they have recovered 5 of them. I could be wrong, and if I am, I apologize, but I do think the number is at 5 recovered. Now, the 40 fantasy points last week was a big shock, in my opinion. However, that is the defensive, that is something that you would love to see out of a defense. Is that something that happens often? No. But if it does, it's great. And if there's someone that you have on your team and you started them, you are loving. And we could see similar numbers these next 2 weeks against Steelers and the Browns. Last on the list, I have Cam Scatterbo. He is currently the running back 1, with Tyrone Tracy being out for the next 2 to 4 weeks. I think he looked really good against Chiefs last week, and he could definitely keep looking really good if he stays consistent and his numbers stay the same. So far, he has 13.6 average fantasy points, 40.9 fantasy points so far on the season, 102 yards, and a total of 2 touchdowns. If he is available, definitely someone to pick up. And then, lastly, I know I touched on him a little bit, and I do not have a slide made for him, but I would look at maybe picking up Jackson Dart as someone to have stashed, or to kind of have as a quarterback out there if another one of your guys is injured and you're looking for somebody and none of the top guys are left or nobody is looking to trade. Jackson Dart could be someone I might be interested in looking at. And that there will conclude it here for this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope the information this week has been useful. And again, I'm sorry for the shorter episode compared to the one that I had last week, but my voice has started to go out, as I'm sure you could hear. But I just wanted to get something out for you guys, and I hope you have a amazing rest of your day and a great week. And definitely, I hope you guys win your fantasy matchups. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. Later.